Your brain is not designed to handle money rationally. You can know exactly how much something costs and still make a decision you later regret. You can promise yourself, "I won't spend anything today." And somehow, you are holding a shopping bag 3 hours later. The strange part is this isn't necessarily because you're careless. Your brain uses shortcuts. And when money is involved, those shortcuts can seriously influence your decisions. One of the most important ideas in behavioral economics is called loss aversion. The basic idea is simple. Losing something can affect us more strongly than gaining the same thing. Imagine someone gives you $100. You feel good. Now, imagine you already have $100 and someone takes it away. The emotional reaction can feel very different. Your brain doesn't simply look at the number, it reacts to whether the outcome feels like a gain or a loss. Research on behavioral economics has repeatedly examined this difference between how people respond to gains and losses, and this can create a strange behavior. Sometimes people become more focused on avoiding a loss than making a good decision. Think about something you've already paid for. A concert ticket, a subscription, a meal, or even a purchase you regret. You might think, "I've already spent the money. I have to get my money's worth," but the money is already gone. The question should be, is continuing worth it from this moment forward? That is the basic logic behind the sunk cost fallacy. Past costs can influence decisions that should really depend on future costs and benefits. Now consider this. You walk into a store and see a jacket, $200, then underneath it, $99. Suddenly, $99 feels cheap. But here's the problem. You didn't originally decide that the jacket was worth $200. The store gave your brain that number first, and now 99 is being judged against it. This is related to a psychological phenomenon called anchoring. An initial number can influence later judgments. And that matters enormously when you're shopping. Because sometimes you're not asking, "Is this worth $99? You're asking, "How good is this compared with $200? Those are very different questions. There's another strange thing we do with money. We give it labels. Rent money, holiday money, emergency money, bonus money, birthday money. But $100 is still $100. Your brain doesn't always treat it that way. Behavioral economist Richard Thaler called this kind of thinking mental accounting. People often organize and evaluate money differently depending on where it came from or what they intended to use it for. That's why someone might be extremely careful with their salary but spend a surprise $200 almost immediately. The money didn't change, the label did. Now let's talk about something almost everyone struggles with: the present. Imagine someone offers you $50 today or $70 in the future. Waiting can be difficult because the reward that exists right now feels more valuable. Behavioral economists call this present bias. People tend to give disproportionate weight to immediate outcomes compared with future ones. And this is one reason saving can be difficult. The future version of you doesn't feel as real as the person sitting here today. Today's version of you wants the purchase. Tomorrow's version of you has to deal with the consequences. But money isn't only about numbers, it's also about comparison. You can feel financially comfortable until you see someone who appears to have more. A new car, a bigger house, an expensive holiday, a designer watch. Suddenly, your own situation can feel different. The number in your bank account hasn't changed, your reference point has. And this is important because people don't always judge outcomes in isolation. Context matters, the comparison group matters, and the way something is presented can influence how we perceive it. Now add urgency. Only 3 left. Sale ends tonight, last chance. Limited edition. Your brain suddenly feels pressure. Maybe the product really is valuable, but urgency can change how you think. Instead of asking, "Do I actually need this?" you start asking, "What if I miss it?" And that small psychological shift can completely change a purchase decision. There's another reason spending can feel painless. Small purchases don't always feel important. $5, $10, $15. Each decision feels harmless. But your brain can focus on individual transactions instead of the total. This is one reason keeping track of the bigger picture matters. Because financial decisions don't happen only once. They happen repeatedly, and small decisions can accumulate. And sometimes we spend differently depending on where the money came from. A regular paycheck can feel like serious money. A tax refund, a bonus, or unexpected cash can feel like extra money. But from a purely financial perspective, money doesn't become less valuable because it arrived unexpectedly. Your brain simply categorizes it differently. That's another example of mental accounting, and it shows something important. We don't always experience money objectively. We experience it psychologically. There's also a more basic problem. We have limited attention. You cannot analyze every price, every contract, every subscription, every investment, every future consequence, every time you spend money, so your brain simplifies. It uses shortcuts. Most of the time that's useful. But shortcuts can also create predictable mistakes. Behavioral economics exists partly because human decisions don't always match the perfectly rational decision-maker assumed in traditional economic models. So, what can you actually do about it? The answer isn't become perfectly rational, that's unrealistic. Instead, learn to recognize the moments when your brain is most likely to use a shortcut. When you're emotional, when you're rushed, when something feels scarce, when you're comparing yourself to others, when you've already spent money, or when you're being offered a reward right now instead of later. Those are the moments when slowing down can matter most. Before making a purchase, try asking one simple question. If I had never seen this before, would I still want it? That question removes the original price, the discount, the excitement, the pressure, and the comparison. It forces you to evaluate the thing itself, and when you've already spent money, ask another question. If I had not spent that money already, would I make the same decision today? If the answer is no, the money you've already spent shouldn't force you to spend more. Past costs are past. The decision in front of you is the one that matters now, and when you're choosing between something now and something better later, don't automatically trust your first impulse. Give your future self a voice. Ask, which choice will I be happier with tomorrow? Next month? Next year? The answer won't always be, wait. Sometimes spending now is completely reasonable. The point is simply to recognize when the present is making the decision for you. Your brain isn't broken. It's doing what brains do. It uses shortcuts. It reacts to emotion. It responds to immediate rewards. It pays attention to losses. It compares. It categorizes. It simplifies. These mechanisms helped humans make decisions in complicated environments. But the modern financial world can exploit exactly those tendencies. So the goal isn't to stop buying things. It isn't to become obsessed with every euro. And it certainly isn't to believe that every purchase is a psychological trap. The goal is awareness. Because once you understand the shortcuts, you can start noticing them. The next time you see a huge discount, a limited time offer, a purchase you've already paid for, or something you desperately want right now, ask yourself, am I making this decision or is my brain making it for me? Because the biggest financial mistake isn't always spending too much. Sometimes it's failing to understand why you wanted to spend in the first place. Your brain will always use shortcuts. The question is, will you notice them?